campers. This is Crusader Rabbit, KDNY 5962, starting our broadcasting day again because the last broadcast we had got abruptly terminated. So, we're playing TitanQuest, we're in epic mode, and we're farming Stonebinders cuffs. And we'll just go ahead and jump back in to the labyrinth at the end of Act 1, epic mode. At the last rebirth fountain closest to the floor boss. Floor boss is this way. We aren't going that way, we're going this way. If you see automatons, if you see gorgons, you know you're in the right place. The white gorgons there will not drop Stonebinders cuffs. But the ones that spew the fire and spew the poison, they will. So the ones that are yellow, or the ones that are golden brown, or brown nades, they'll drop Stonebinders cuffs. But not the white ones. So there's a bunch of white ones that aren't helpful. But that one's that one's good. But it does it. We got something there. Some leggings. Or that's what we got, huh? We got that there. But unfortunately, not what we were looking for. So we'll just keep going here. And that was it. We aren't going to be getting any more gorgons. We'll just finish off these guys. Maybe pick up a charm or relic or two. Let's save the game. Exit back to the main menu. And dive right back in to the labyrinth. In my opinion, this is the area that's easiest to access. It's right off the rebirth fountain and has a nice high concentration of gorgons that are non-white. A couple of non-white gorgons there. Some poison damage. And these all look like they're white. Those aren't going to help us out. A couple more automatons. And some more gorgons up here. Here's one that doesn't have legs. That's a captain. And no drops there, no drops at all. And very last room here. And nothing. Shut out. kind of like finishing off here. Might get some mechanical parts charms. No treasure chest up there. Let's go ahead and save the game. And jump back to the main menu. And we can jump back into the game. The Minoan Labyrinth. Epic mode. Last rebirth fountain before the floor boss. Floor boss is this way, not the way we're going. We're going backwards. White Gorgon there, not helpful. Another white Gorgon, another white Gorgon, all white Gorgons. They aren't going to drop anything. Well, nothing will be done. Go to this room over here. A couple there in the middle. Possibly drop what we're looking for, but nothing. Automatons. Come up here. Oh, there's a couple Gorgons we might do for us. But no. And then one last one down here. Fire Gorgons. Drop some gold. We'll open the chest. Getting any chest up here in the upper right corner. Kind of used to one most of the time appearing, getting spawned there. Anyway, we'll go ahead and save the game. And then exit back to the main menu. Have a drink of Coke. And we will dive right back into the Minoan Labyrinth Epic mode at the rebirth fountain closest to the floor boss. Let's see, 8:30. How fast do we do this? Seems like we're doing this pretty quick. Gorgons, not helpful. White. None of that's helpful. Oh, we got a little relic there. Automatons. And some more Paragon, white, everything's white. We aren't even spawning the monsters. And we'll go, oh, here we go. Well, in the very last room, we had a couple that could have dropped, but we didn't. And let's go ahead and save. So I think we started at 8:30, and now we're at 10:30 elapsed time in the broadcast. Lugs about to the main menu, so each run is taking about 2 minutes. And we'll dive back in. Trying to get a pair of Stonebinders cuffs. Epic difficulty, which means they'll be +2 to all skill. Green item. Not helpful. Stonebinders cuffs are what you call monster infrequent, I believe. So we had a couple Gorgons there that could have dropped, but they didn't. All the rest were white. Some automatons here. Got a drop of some gold. That's it. So we started at 10:30 and now it's 12:30. The last time. 12 minutes 30 seconds. We started at 10 minutes 30 seconds. The last one. So about 2 minutes is right. Let's go ahead and save. Exit out to the main menu. Quite sure how many times we're going to try to do this. Getting kind of hungry, do want to go eat lunch. I'll try it for a little while more. Window on Labyrinth, Epic Mode, this way the floor boss. Last Rebirth Fountain before the Minotaur. White Gorgon, not helpful. Well, there's the yellow ones can do it, but they don't. A lot of noise, but nothing. Automatons here, some Gorgons up this way, white and white and white. Oh, that one would work. And that one would work too. So the fire one and the poison one could have dropped, but didn't. Got another poison one down here. No drops. So let's go ahead and save the game. It's kind of strange that there's no treasure chest ever in that upper corner. Alright, let's give it another try. Minoan Labyrinth, Epic Mode. Last Rebirth Fountain for the floor boss. Floor boss is this way. We're going the other way. We're going for Stonebinders cups. Here comes Gorgon, but it's a white one. That will be unhelpful. Here's a couple that do it, but they don't. All those were white. Couple of automatons here. There we go. That'll work. All the rest here are white. Oh, one in the back there. But it just dropped gold, right? Yeah, gold. And last room. There's the legendary one there. That can drop. And nothing. Zippo. A big goose egg. Nada. That is weird. There's, how many runs have I done? There's never been a chest there. I'm used to there being a chest there at least half the time, and it's like never there. Okay, let's go back in. Minoan Labyrinth, Epic difficulty, last Rebirth Fountain before the floor boss. We aren't going to the floor boss, we're going the other way. Backwards through the Minoan Labyrinth. The high concentration of Gorgons looking for Stonebinders cuffs. Well, Gorgons aren't looking for Stonebinders cuffs. Here we go. Those could have dropped there, but they just dropped gold. Just gold. That'll work there. That white one won't do it. Stonebinder sash. I'm kind of getting warm. There you go. Stonebinder sash. Well, it's close. We got the prefixed one. Wow, it's kind of all alone up here. Feeling a little better since we got the Stonebinder sash. Usually when I see Stonebinders cuffs drop, I'll also, somewhere in that run, before the cuffs drop, I'll also see the sash drop. So feeling kind of good here. go ahead and save the game. Exit out to the main menu. Jump back in. Minoan Labyrinth, Epic Mode. Last Rebirth Fountain before the floor boss, but we aren't going to the floor boss. We're going to see if we can get a pair of Stonebinders. That's white. That's not white. That's not white. But nothing. Out the corner. White, 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 and white. Nothing gonna happen there, that's for sure. A couple of tauntauns here. White. That was a captain there with a little star on the head. But nobody dropped. Nobody at all. And the last room here. No drops. I potted. That was getting kind of low on health there, I was. Okay, let's go ahead and save the game. And we'll exit back to the main menu. And we'll dive back in. Single player mode. Minoan Labyrinth, Last Rebirth Fountain, Act 1, Epic Mode, before the floor boss, but we aren't going to the floor boss, we're going backwards. Where there's a high concentration of gorgons, like that one that's walked up, or slithered up. And there's one that doesn't have a light, and there's another one. Little relic there. But nobody dropped. Let's go around the corner. There's a couple here. They just dropped gold. White. White. That's not going to do us any good. A couple of automatons here. Put them out of the way. White, white, white. That's not going to do us any good. White. And last one. There's one. There's another one back there. And nobody dropped. Well, what do you think about that? No chest up here. That's just really weird. Very strange. Okay, let's save the game. and exit out to the main menu. And we'll dive back in. And here we are, Minoan Labyrinth, Epic Mode, last Rebirth Fountain for the floor boss. There's a Minotaur. There. That one will, but not that white one. White. Oh, that one might. Nothing. No drops. No drops. Couple on this one might. That did. But no drops. 0 drops. Here. That's white, that's not going to drop. This one might. Nothing. Looks like there's one there that could, but it doesn't. That's the end of this run. I'm going to sell off some of this inventory stuff that I don't need. Might keep the Stonebinders sash just for grins. Let's see if we go to Gnosis, the Gnosis with the mostest. Stay in Greece. If I went to someplace like Xi'an, I could get better prices, I think. Let's sell that. Let's sell that. Sell that. We're going to keep that, right? And that we can sell. That we can sell. Sell the crown. And sell that. There we go. Make it a little more. What's this here? We can sell that. We don't need that. Sell that. There we go. Okay, that's better. We got more room in our inventory now. Let's go ahead and save the game. And we'll exit out. And now let's go ahead and dive back in. Rebirth Fountain. End of Act 1. Last Rebirth Fountain before the floor boss, which is this way. If we aren't going that way, we're going to go backwards this way where the Gorgons are. And they just can't wait for us to come to them. They're coming to greet us. But they ain't dropping nothing. No drops. That's white. That's not white. white, nothing going on there. We'll pick up the, we can always sell the green stuff. Couple chances there. Clear out the automatons. Nothing dropped. White, white, white. Nothing going on there. Wonder what that is. Oh, it's some clothes. And the last room here. No drops. And we'll go ahead and save the game. And let's go ahead and exit. Exit out to the main menu. And then we'll go single player. Start it. And dive right back into the Minoan Labyrinth, the end of Act 1. Last rebirth fountain before the floor boss, which is this way, but we're going the other way. We're going to go see if we can find a Gorgon who's going to be nice enough to drop some Stonebinders. Not that one, because it's water. Not these guys. Oh, that one might. But it just drops gold. That one might. But it just drops a relic. That all looked white. Kind of hard to tell. Either way, nothing dropped. Oh, there we go. Oh, we got one with a star on its head. That's a captain. I don't know if they have a higher drop rate or not. And that's white, nothing happening. White, 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 nothing happening. That was a big goose egg at the end there. Captain Thompson dropped a mechanical parts charm, or a piece of a mechanical parts charm. Still think it's very strange there's never a chest up there. Okay, let's go ahead and save the game. Oops. And we'll exit out to the main menu. What time's it getting to be here? Let's see, it's about 1:15. I think I'm going to have a hard stop around 2 o'clock. It's let's go ahead and dive back in. Let's maybe do this for another 40 minutes or so. And we're here in the Minoan Labyrinth. Last rebirth fountain for the floor boss. Nothing out of that Gorgon. No drops. That's white. Nothing happening there. A couple in here that look like well, they can certainly throw their poison around, but they aren't going to drop any Stonebinders cups. Clear out these automatons. One back there. Oh, there's one over on the right. Yeah, that's the captain. But it just drops gold. Just gold. Here. Wow, that gold's really eating me up. I had to pop. Epic mechanical parts. Let's go ahead and save the game. Exit out to the main menu. Dive back in, single player mode, start the game. And here we are back in the Minoan Labyrinth. The end of Act 1 in Epic mode. But we aren't going toward the floor boss. We're going in the opposite direction towards the high concentration of Gorgon. Like that one, but it's white, white, white. Those aren't doing it for me. White, white. Nothing happened. How about over here? White, 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 white. Nothing happening there. A couple empty automatons could help us out. But then there's white and white and white. Did anything drop? Nothing there. Health potion, nothing there, nothing there. One last room. A couple in here that can help out. But no drops. So we'll finish off. And nothing up there. Weird. Okay, let's go ahead and save. Exit out to the main menu. Select single player mode. Dive back in. Last rebirth fountain. Before the floor boss. In Act 1. Oh, excuse me. It's a hungry yawn. Gorgons to help us out. But nothing. So go around here. The ones with white names will not drop Stonebinders cups. The ones with yellow names or brown, golden brown names, they can drop. These three whites in front won't, but the two in the back there will, and the one off to the left there. But nothing. They don't drop anything. One last room. One in the corner there drops a health pot or an energy pot. But nothing else. Go ahead and save the game. Go out to the main menu. Select single player mode. Start the game. We get dumped in at the last rebirth fountain before the floor boss in the Minoan Labyrinth epic mode. Trying to get a pair of Stonebinders cups. They're going to have +2 to all skill. They drop. No guarantee they're going to drop. They didn't drop then. The white one, no, but the yellow one, yeah, it can drop Stonebinders cups. Nothing happening there. White. Well, that one's good, that one's good, but no. I'm not sure how this is classified. Is that classified as a monster infrequent? Or is that just a regular green? I don't know. Kind of beats me. That's now the Stonebinder sash. That's monster infrequent. That's like the olive green. And then the first word there is kind of like a brighter green. It's not that darker olive green. So I'm guessing that's just a regular green. And of course that's epic in blue. Of course that's what it is. I'm not going to go to the other room. We know there's no Gorgons up there, so let's just go ahead and save the game. Hello there, Mr. Monkey. How are you doing today? And we'll dump out to the main menu here. And we'll start again in single player mode. We'll start the game. We're going to be starting epic difficulty. Good to hear that everything's going good for you. Yeah, doing great here. Just trying to farm a set of Stonebinder cuffs here in epic difficulty before I go have some lunch. So this yellow one here, that could have dropped, and this one could have dropped, but nothing, no drops. The white Gorgons, of course, cannot drop Stonebinders cuffs. But the ones that do the poison and the ones that do the fire certainly can. Clear out a couple of oh, they're kind of low there. Usually they're up there in that higher room. And white, nothing happening there. We go around the corner, white. And that one's kind of brownish, and that one's kind of yellowish. Those could have dropped, but they didn't. And we'll go ahead and save the game. And we'll go ahead and exit back out. And we'll start the game back up and jump back into the known labyrinth. Epic difficulty, end of Act 1, last rebirth fountain, before the floor boss. Floor boss is this way, the Minotaur, and this way to the high concentration of Gorgon. And there's a couple of them. But they don't, they just drop some gold. And we go around the corner. And 3 up front there. No, but the 2 in the back. Yeah, they could have dropped. The 2 were spitting poison. But there's no drops there. Nothing. So we'll clear out a couple of automatons here. And white. But the 2 in the back there, they could have dropped. No, they dropped something. That's green, right? Yeah, it's a lance. It's a green lance, right? Yeah. Wow.
Your inventory is full.
Well, we'll clear out my inventory, I guess.
You can't hold any more.
Okay, so let's go ahead and before we exit the game, let's go someplace that I guess it doesn't matter. We're just going to sell off the stuff that we don't want.
Fine arms, firm armor, fit for the Emperor's guard.
So, for instance, that lance and that juggernauts. We're going to hang on to that. We'll hang on to the Stonebinder sash just for grins. That crown, we can sell that crown. Not emotionally attached to that. Sell that, and that's good. So we'll go ahead and save. Save the game. And exit back to the main menu. And we'll start up again in epic mode, epic difficulty. Last rebirth fountain before the floor boss. Floor boss is this way. We're going backwards. That Gorgon there with the yellow name, that could have dropped Stonebinders cups. That one there's good. The other three white ones won't. We'll go around the corner here. And it looks like white and white and white and white and white. Nothing's going to be helpful there. And we'll come down here. Clear out a couple of automatons. Got a couple white Gorgons, that's not helpful. Oh, here we go. There's some possibilities, but nothing dropped. Yeah, no drops. Go around the corner. And a couple in here that could have dropped, but this one just drops gold. That's it for the Gorgons. So let's go ahead and save the game. And then we'll exit out to the main menu. And we'll just continue farming this area. Single player mode, epic difficulty. Jump into the labyrinth, Minoan labyrinth, last rebirth fountain, floor boss is this way. That's not the way we're going. We're going back here towards the Gorgons. Clear out the automatons, and we should have some Gorgons coming up here. If you're trying this at home, and if you ever get skeletons in here, you have to like completely exit the game and start the game back up. Okay, a couple whites here. Those aren't helpful. The other couple are, but they aren't dropping. Get a bow. Clear out some of the automatons here. We'll pick up the bow and sell it. The three whites there aren't doing anything. The other three that had the yellow names, but they don't drop anything. They could have dropped. That one up front had a possibility, but the rest were whites, right? So nothing going on there. Let's go ahead and we'll save the game. Exit out to the main menu. Start the game back up. Epic difficulty, single player mode. Jumping into the Minoan labyrinth, last rebirth fountain, before you get to the floor boss, is this way. But we aren't going that way, we're going back this way. Where the Gorgons are. Gorgons in white aren't going to drop the item we're looking for. Ones with a brown name like that possibly will, but no drops. So So we'll just shoot around the corner here. And there's one for it. Yeah. And it just drops it. Hot. Clear out a couple of automatons here. White Gorgon won't be helpful. But these two, well, one in the middle, the white's in the middle one, one's on the end there, but they don't drop anything. There's nothing there, right? Yeah. And the last one, nothing, no drops. So the Gorgons that spit fire or spit poison, they can drop stone. But the ones that have white names, they don't. Okay, let's go ahead and save the game. And we'll exit the game. Exit out to the main menu. Select single player mode. Start up in epic difficulty, single player mode. Dumping into the Minoan Labyrinth at the last rebirth fountain before the floor boss, which is this way, but that's not the way we want to go. We want to go this way. Back where the high concentration of Gorgons are. We're going to drop Stonebinders cups for us. Well, maybe. White one's sure drop it. No help there. It's got to be yellow or brown or whatever you want to call it. That one's yellow. The last one was yellow. The first one was gold. Chest there. Clear out the automaton. White's in front. The ones in the back there, they could possibly drop. But all it does is drop some gold. And the white there isn't going to help us out any. Go around the corner here. Last one. White. No help there. That's the end of the Gorgon. We'll go ahead and save the game. And exit out to the main menu. What time's it getting to be? It's 1:40. So I want to get downstairs to Hey Chicken at 2 o'clock, which is going to be, so I'll probably play for another 15 minutes here. It's maybe another 7 runs, 6, 7 runs. Let's do it. Let's start up, single player mode, epic difficulty, Minoan Labyrinth, end of Act 1, floor boss is this way, the Minotaur. We're going this way. If you ever get here and there's like demons, you need to like start the game all over again. Or if you get here and there's skeletons, you need to exit the game and start it back up again. But if they're Gorgons, then you're good. It's all good. But these guys ain't dropping. Well, it drops some gold. After a certain amount of time, gold is rather inconsequential again. How much gold do I have? Guard's Helm of... Is that, oh, So it's kind of like that. It's kind of like that. Or it's not a monster infrequent though, right? There that. Oh, it found me. So the white's not going to drop anything, but this one could have, but didn't. Holy cow, that was kind of hyperactive there. So we'll go ahead and save the game. Let's see, I wanted to 20, so I guess when I get to about hour 17 on the elapsed time of the stream, I guess I'll stop. Like another 15 minutes. So let's go ahead and start up again. This way to the floor boss, this way to the Gorgons. White one, no. Ones that aren't white, possibly.
Your inventory is full.
Okay, well, we'll just have to clean out my inventory again. And nothing there, nothing dropped. Put out a couple of the automatons here. White. No dice. Not a Zippo. Goose egg. White. None of that's going to be helpful. I got a Captain Automaton. That's interesting. Let's go ahead and go back to Xi'an. Sell off some of the stuff that's taken up room that we don't need.
Fine arms, firm armor, fit for the Emperor's guard. See,
So that helmet, that bow we can sell, the helmet we can sell, that we're going to hang on to, and we're going to hang on to the Stonebinders sash just for grins, and everything else is ruby. Everything else is fine.
Long life.
Okay, so let's go ahead and save the game.
Auspicious
room in my transfer folder here? I do. So I can take that and put it in the transfer folder. I'm not going to be using it on this too. That gives us a little more. Okay. Now we're cooking. We're cooking with propane. So let's save the game. We exit the game. And we'll start up. The game will be in epic mode, or epic difficulty, single player mode. Enter in at the last rebirth fountain, Act 1, before the floor boss, which is this way, but we're going back this way. We're going towards the Gorgons. Because they can drop the Stonebinders to us. Where else will you find Gorgons that will drop? Well, you could do it in the catacombs, the Athenian catacombs. Oh, hey. A little too rambunctious there. You have to go to the right here. Don't forget to pick up the room over here. We're getting fired on. This is better than the last run where almost everything was white. But nobody's dropping. There we go. White and white, nothing happening. Around the corner here, white, white, white. Nothing happening there. A big goose egg. And nothing up here. So let's go ahead and save the game. And let's exit. And we can jump back in. Start the game. Epic difficulty. Single player mode. We enter in at the last rebirth fountain, before the floor boss, at the end of Act 1, but we aren't going to the floor boss, we're going backwards to the labyrinth to get to the high concentration of Gorgons that could possibly drop Stonebinders stuff. Here's a couple. Well, the 3 whites won't, but the other 2 could. And it drops something. It drops Gorgon cuffs. Oh, Gorgon sash. Oh. That could have dropped. It's a bow. It's a bow. And we'll clear out the automatons here. And white, nothing happening. And go around the corner here. White, white, white. Everything's white. Nothing. Nada. Zero. Goose egg. Zilch. We're at the end of the Gorgons, so we'll just go ahead and save the game. And exit out to the main menu. And we'll start the game back up in single player mode and in epic difficulty. Get dumped in at the end of Act 1, last rebirth fountain, before the floor boss, the big minotaur, but we aren't going that way. We're going back the other way. Gorgon sash of something.
You have no more room. You can't carry anymore.
Yeah, no one more room. What's the other, something bow of something. Something bow of flame. Gorgon sash. Running out of room, or yeah, it's a sash. And it's Gorgon, not Stonebinders. We are getting some drops here, just not exactly what we're looking for. Something, Sentinel's Helm. There we go. We got some interesting stuff here. White, 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 white. Nothing in that room. Some interesting stuff. Just nothing that we were looking for. So let's go ahead and save the game. And we'll do it again. Got a couple more runs here that we can do, I think. Make sure we save. And we'll go ahead and restart the game. Single player mode, epic difficulty, dump into the end of Act 1 at the last rebirth fountain before the floor boss, which is the big Minotaur. It's this way, we're going the other way. We're going toward the high concentration of Gorgons who can drop Stonebinders cups. One running up here is lightning, so that's not going to be helpful. White, 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 white. Nothing helpful there. Oh, well, there's a couple in here. 3 whites, but 2 that could drop something, but don't drop anything. What do you think about that? Put her out. A couple of automaton here. Well, white there, but then the ones behind them, those could drop, but they don't. And the last room. And that's it. That's the end of the Gorgons for this run. So let's go ahead and save the game. And exit back out to the main menu. And we'll start up in single player mode, epic difficulty, going into the Minoan Labyrinth, end of Act 1. Last rebirth fountain before the floor boss, which is this way, but we're going the other way. We're going towards the Gorgons. And that one's dropped. Come on. Oh, I leveled up. Well, that was kind of nice. Kind of nice and unexpected. Nice and unexpected level up. But no drops. So we'll up. There's one. Come over here. Oh, there's a captain there. Oh, captain's my captain. Oh. but no drops. Go around the bend here, clear out a couple of these automata. And then a couple in front here are white, one back is a yellow. That one could drop, but it doesn't. Drops the formula. And we got the last room, white, white. Oh, but in the back there, we have a couple that could drop Stonebinders cuffs, but nothing. So I tell you what, we're going to do one more run, and then I'm going to call it quits and go eat lunch. Alrighty then, let's go ahead and save the game. And we'll exit out to the main menu. Perhaps I'll do another run after I'm done eating. I'm going to eat. So we'll start up our very last run here, starting up single player mode, epic difficulty, jumping into the Minoan Labyrinth, end of Act 1. We're in epic. It's this way to the floor boss, which is the Minotaur. We're going the other way towards the Gorgons. Looking for Stonebinders cubs. That white one isn't going to help us. That one could. But there's no drops. Zero, zilch, zilch. Nada, goose egg. Oh, there's 3 white ones and a couple yellow ones, and all they do is drop some gold. So we're going to clear out a couple of the automata here. Oh, and there's a board on there that can help us out. But, no. That one's good. 2 whites in back of it aren't going to. And there's one room left. We go around the corner, come down here, and 2 up front. Yeah, they can do it. And they don't. What do you think? One more? One more run. Okay, let's go ahead and save the game. Llama, 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 llama. And let's go back in. Single player mode. Epic difficulty, Minoan Labyrinth, end of Act 1. Last rebirth fountain before the floor boss, the big Minotaur, is this way. We ain't going that way. We're going this way. Towards all of the Gorgons. White. White, white. Oh no, the last run can't be like this. It's all white. No, what a horrible thing to do to me. Oh, here's a couple. Okay, alright. There's like 3 here that can drop something. But nothing. They don't drop anything. And clear out a couple of automata here that are in the way. White, 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 white. Oh my goodness. Not very good spawning here. And white and white and white. Oh, that just wasn't, we can't end like that, can we? Okay, one more, just a couple more minutes. Go ahead and save the game. It's only a couple minutes past 2. They're open until 3. All I have to do is run downstairs. Go down 2 flights of stairs and I'm at Hey Chicken. Alright, let's start up. Single player mode, epic difficulty, jumping into the Minoan Labyrinth, last rebirth fountain, before the floor boss. The Minotaur is this way. We ain't going that way. We're going this way. Where it's a high concentration of Gorgon. There we go, something not quite like it. Nothing dropped, but at least we had the chance of something to drop. And once again, we had a chance there, but nothing dropped. And go around the corner here, some automata, clear out of the way. And then run up, and again, yeah, we've got a couple more chances here. And nothing drops. Well, we got a pot. And last room. And it's nothing. We got a pot and some gold, and that's it. And we're gonna call it. We'll come back later after lunch and do this again for another hour or so. Well, we've been streaming for an hour and a half. I think that's, I'm hungry. I'm starting to yawn. I'm getting like hungry yawns. So, thanks for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed the show. This is Crusader Rabbit KBNY 5962, ending our broadcasting day. Good night, campers.